Hi folks, and welcome to another episode, and welcome to the Tesla Model Y. Today we're going to be looking around this, doing a bit of a comparison against our Model 3, which we've got just here, and then we'll be taking it for a drive. Okay, let's go.
This video is brought to you in association with Just EVs, where this car and many other new and used EVs are available for sale and test drives.
Okay folks, so firstly, apologies about the wind. It's not the best day to be filming an episode about the Tesla Model Y. So Tesla Model Y, Tesla Model 3 look pretty similar. This one's just a little bit higher up, but I want to show you the key differences and what you get. So first of all, if you look under the frunk, you can see that there's some sound deadening there, and there's none of that on the Model 3. If you look at the Model 3 frunk, it's quite spacious. Get quite a lot in there, and we do use it from time to time. We've just been on a holiday and used it, and then come across to the Model Y, and you can see this one, it's a little bit shallower, but it's a little bit deeper, so I think there's probably not much in it. Under here also you've got the essentially what's the bioweapon defense filter. You may have seen some videos that Tesla have posted recently about this. Absolute worth its weight in gold, and I think was a real shame when they didn't put this onto the Model 3. I was really gutted about that, because we had it on our Model S, and it reassures you that the air you're breathing in the vehicle is very clean. This can just be taken up in the same way as a Model 3, just lifted up like that, and then if you just pull that cover up, it's under there, so nice and easy to get to. These are 19-inch, it's running 255/45 R19s. They are the wheels, and I quite like them. Obviously they're going to need the centre caps putting on, and the little trims that you'll be able to buy from Amazon or from Tesla, but yes, very nice. I think they look okay, not too bad at all, and with the trims on they look like this, which I think also look okay. I think they look better than the Model 3 standard trims, and the standard fitment here appears to be Hankook now, not Michelin. I like Michelin, but I also like Hankook. They're a good brand of tyre, so let's see how that sounds on the road. If you look just here on the rear of the door, you can see this protection film here. This is obviously where mud and dirt and crud's going to be flicked up, so you've got a nice little layer of protection there. You should be able to see that on the camera. Finally, privacy glass. Something that we had to have added to our Model 3. I've only ever seen this on the Model X as standard. It's now here as standard on the Model Y. If we go into the back, you can see got a nice big space there folks, plenty of room with plenty of head space, and then if we look up, we've got the non-broken panoramic glass roof. Getting in is nice and easy. I mean, there is plenty of space just there. This centre armrest as well is quite chunky, it's a bit fatter, tucks away nicely. Also folks, you can recline the rear bench if you want to. You can see it just goes back that far. For me, that's not brilliant, because actually my head now hits this rear beam, but for most people that should be okay. You've also got an electric tailgate as standard, and that gives way to a huge boot space. I mean, that is massive. Weirdly though, there's no parcel shelf. I'm not sure if that's going to be a thing, or if it's just something Tesla have completely got rid of, but no parcel shelf in this one. Underfloor storage, pretty good, not bad at all. And then also this section here lifts up. You can just lift the rear seats out, disconnect this wiring loom here, we just take them out all together. And to the side you've got two automatic releases for the rear seats, which will spring down on their own. And then that gives you this a huge flat floor all the way through. That is gargantuan. I mean, that is a big space. With the rear bench in or the rear bench out, there's really very little difference in the height of the seats when they're collapsed. A very usable space there, folks. And another difference which we've seen on the Model 3 now is this is the LED headlight on the older Model 3, which is just LED. And then on the Model Y, we've got the Matrix headlights, which I don't know if they're working yet. I think they're due to be turned on, but that will very likely be an over-the-air update from Tesla. And lastly, folks, this is the door window on my Tesla Model 3. If we go around to the Model Y, I hope you can see that. You can see that it is double glazed just there. As I look behind the offside front wheel, I can see the suspension setup's pretty much the same. We've got a camber arm, track control arm, and then the yoke going up to the suspension strut, which is on springs. And then we come up to this top arm and top ball joint, which is very common on the Teslas. Model S, Model X, Model 3 and Model Y have all got this. Okay, let's get it down the road, but just before I do, a couple of things I want to talk to you about. First of all, this huge roof, which I'm hoping you can see from your angle, but it's unbroken. There's no support beam across the middle, and I love that. I really love that. That makes it very airy in here. It's very big anyway, but it makes it extra big. Secondly, there's a definite feel that this has been put together properly. Just to give you an idea, this is actually running version 10 software, not version 11, which the new owner will be very pleased about, and hopefully will keep it like that. But if I get a quick controls and I fold the mirrors, that is a different noise to what I get on my Tesla Model 3. They're quicker, they don't feel as laboured, and that's just little bits of quality that Tesla have added. So the folding mirrors, and it's just a small thing, but it's one of them things that owners will pick up on. The double glazing glass, I'm sure that's going to make a difference. I'm curious what the Hankook tyres are going to do, because I think they are substandard to Michelin, but they are very, very good. And Tesla know more about tyres than I do, so let's see what the result is. So let's get going. It's a nice high up driving position, very similar to that of the Model X. And I'm driving this down a very flooded road at the moment, same country road that I'm always on, and because of the winds that we've had recently, the road is a real mess, and the vehicle makes you feel okay with that, nice and high up. Take me through anything, take me off-road, no problem at all-wheel drive as well, you can feel that as well. It does feel very, very similar to the Tesla Model 3 in the way that it delivers its power, but you would expect that because it's based on the same platform. But I was expecting it to be a little bit more willy-wallowy, a bit soft, a bit spongy, and I've not found that yet. There are a couple of quick corners I can take it through further down the road, and we'll see there, because obviously the centre of gravity is going to be in a different place to a Model 3, so it's going to have a detrimental effect on the handling. But let's see just what Tesla have done to try and mitigate that. All right, let's just give it a quick spurt and see what the acceleration's like. I'm not expecting anything amazing, but it is a Tesla, so... Oh, 30, 40, oh. Actually, very nice. Okay, nice sharp corner here that I'm just coming into. Oh no. Handled that no problem at all. This is actually really nice. I was really concerned that I was going to get in this, it was going to be willy wallowy, rolling all over the place, or the complete opposite and be a rock hard drive, and it's neither. It's neither willy wallowy, it's neither rock hard. I think they've got it almost just right, and that frustrates me because I kind of didn't want to like it. I don't know why. I had a bit of a bee in my bonnet about it. I thought it was going to, just in my head, I thought it was going to be a bit crap, and it's not. I can say that of all the SUVs I've driven, this is absolutely one of the best. Let me just give you a couple of facts on what it can do. So just shy of 500 newton meters of torque, and that will get you to 60 in about 5 seconds. So pretty quick. Feels much quicker though, I think, because it's much higher up. It's got an 82 kilowatt hour battery with a 75 usable, so bigger than mine, bigger than what we've got in our Tesla. So a little bit more range. I've seen some figures banded around for efficiency of 100 and something watt hours per mile, and I'm like, yeah, nah. So I've done 35 miles. I have given it some beans, but I'm sitting at 350. So in my head, I feel like this is about a 210, 215 mile average range car. There'll be times when it goes much more and times when it goes much less, I think, but I think that's where it's going to be, doing an average on my efficiency today. Onboard charger at 11 kilowatt if you've got 3-phase, and then I think it'll do 220 kilowatt DC, but you've got the supercharger network, so it's going to be pretty quick if you're using that. So there's always a couple of negatives. There's got to be. One is the rear parcel shelf, just not there. Apparently that's being fitted at a later date by Tesla, so if we're going on Tesla time, that's probably not going to happen. It's just a bit of an open space. I think it would just quieten the car down a little bit as well. I think sort of segregate that luggage area, especially if you're chucking wet stuff in the back. That's going to come forward into the sort of cockpit area, and obviously the aircon's going to have to work harder, and you're going to get a build up of moisture. So it's nice to have that area segregated. So hopefully that happens. Secondly, the auto wipers are just atrocious, do not work. I've gone on about this in so many videos before. They are really the worst auto wipers on any vehicle I've ever driven. I have an MG5 which is 25 grand cheaper than this, and the auto wipers are better. That's all I'm going to say about it. Just understand the auto wipers are pump. And the last thing is, I'll just adjust the camera for you, and I'm hoping you can see this, but the rear visibility is not its strongest point. That is quite a small opening to see through. I mean, it's okay. You can put the rear camera on, which I've noticed seems to work a lot better than ours. I don't know if that's because it's got a more updated computer in it, or it's just a better camera setup, but ours is a little bit jumpy. This one isn't. This one's very, very good. And that's it. 3 negatives of the whole car. We're probably going to have one. I suspect we'll have one of these parked on our drive in the not too distant future. I just need to go and run some figures and speak to my wife, get the okay from her, and then we'll get one ordered. With that, folks, I'm going to leave it there. Please remember to like, share and subscribe, and follow us on Twitter at KatePhantom if you've enjoyed it. You don't have to, of course. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you soon in another episode. So bye for now.